valuable lesson on offense. It's not easy to score points. It's not easy to win ball games. Loss of Turpin. I thought John DR stepped up. We got some guys that stepped up in the ball game to take places. Kenny accepted the red zone pick. I thought did a great job of managing the game. And you got to get ready to play. Defensively, finally, we rose to the occasion. We still not very good on third downs as well as we need to play. Well, as well as we played in the past. You got to understand it's a bar fight. Got to get ready to go every time you step out there. So outside of that, we're glad to move on, being 3-1 and be on a Friday and get a day off tomorrow. Have 2 days before we get ready for an Oklahoma team that comes to town.
Gary, where did you feel like the defense rose to the occasion?
Well, man, we did allow touchdowns. So it's played better against the run. We still got to defend third down better. We knew they were going to throw comebacks and verticals, and we told the corner to play outside, and we just wouldn't believe us. So too many routes. But outside of that, I thought they communicated better. Did a lot of things. We played where we needed to. Finally got a pick. Didn't know what was going to happen. We kept dropping in Christmas.
Was that in your mind?
No. Well, my mind is to get to 0-0 so we can be 1 point ahead. That's what we want to be.
What did Des White give you in the return?
It was awesome. Everybody wondered what would happen with Turpin. And Des goes, except for the one he misjudged and let it roll to the 3, he did an unbelievable job. They'd done a good job of punting the ball because of the rugby style. So we had to change some things within our return to try to combat that, and we did a nice job with it. So kids did a good job blocking. The kid overkicked a couple of times. He overkicked his coverage, gave us an opportunity to get a couple of returns. I thought it changed the field position, made a big difference. You got to win somewhere in your kicking game, and I thought our kickoff group did a nice job after about the first one, which you have to play. They didn't have any big returns in punts, and so change kickers, kicking it too low. Then he hits the upright. It's going to be a great. Everybody will not leave when it's time to kick a field goal or extra point from now on at TCU. It's always going to be exciting.
Gary, big picture, where do you feel like your defense is?
Oh, I don't know. I know we got better. I think they're getting where they trust each other. We got to get some guys back. Glad he didn't play tonight because he hurt an ankle in the last ball game. So we'll get him back. He would have given us a bigger corner. But I thought two guys that I talked about in the locker room were Tony James and Des White. Both of those guys stepped up, and we needed people to step up. Des did a couple things. He catch the ball and doing some things. Plus, he was a guy that made some things happen in the punt return game. So Tony, basically, last spring he was a wideout, so he changed over and got ready to go.
Tonight, not giving up a score, you feel like it's better than what you've seen in practice the last couple of weeks, or is it about carrying it over?
We've gotten better in practice. You got to turn it into games. Again, we had guys didn't go through most of 2 days, but Denzel Johnson and Traven Howard, 2 of our better players, didn't. They basically were out 3 out of the 4 weeks. Well, that's 30 practices. That's a ton run-throughs, everything. That's a lot of practices, and so it's taken us a while. We're still not where we need to be. We did a nice job of moving because SMU goes from 1 back into 2 back. We had to move to different coverages to get in, so we didn't do a good job with it the first drive. Then we did a better job down in the red zone. They got a penalty. And then we adjusted, and our kids did a better job of tackling. I think we tackled better tonight than we have. We've got to keep defending the passes. We're going to see good wide receivers every week. That's what this league has. So, but you've seen 2 big ones. Courtney, the guy you have here, and the big guy for Iowa State. Both of those guys are big. They're big targets. You're talking about 6'4", 6'5", 220 for a 5'10" corners. So we've got to understand that's the name of the game. If Jason Barrett wasn't any different, he can cover. You got to move your feet. You got to play. So.
Coach, Ty Summers had some really good tackles in open space tonight. How have you felt about his play the last few weeks?
Well, okay, but they're picking on him. So, our linebacker got picked on tonight. He did okay. He made some plays, but we did some things. We let the wide receiver inside. So it was an okay game for him, but it wasn't a great game for him.
What's impressed you about DR's, not just tonight, but since he got
DR's been in big ball games. It's not his first rodeo. He's been in big ball games at LSU. Transferred here, he wanted to catch more balls, and the bottom line to it is he's done a great job. And not only that, he's given us an unbelievable on special teams and everything. He's given us very mature. It's like a lot of guys would have taken that hit in the end zone, they'd been out for the ball game. He wasn't. It's a big deal. It's a big deal when a guy's a veteran and he's been through it. He came here for a reason. 2 days, he had a great game last week and he had a great game this week, especially with Turp being gone. The thing about John is he gives you a big body. He was a wide receiver, but he's kind of like a tight end body. He's wider, he can sit in space. Tight ends like to turn around in front of DBs and take up space, and he can do that. And he's smart enough to learn what they've taught him. And so with Ty, because we didn't have Ty Slanina tonight, Jerison Stewart went out, didn't have Turpin, so you had 4 of your top 8 that didn't play, and so you had to have somebody step back in and go make plays. And so for us, that's what it's going to be a week by week. I'm learning it's going to be a week by week for us. Probably this season, just like a year ago.
Did you see it in the spring from John? Did you see something?
No, it's one of those. He's just one of those guys that just outlasts. We recruited him out of high school, but really he came in and he was too big. He was slower than most of our guys, and he saw that. He's mature enough to see it. Did a great job this summer. Then he did a great job in 2 days, getting him a little leaner. He's still a big body, but leaner. He runs better routes. You see here he breaks tackles. People trying to shoot a sting. Different than a couple of our other smaller H's. They got jitter to them, but they're not breaking any tackles. So having a bigger guy like that helps. But Kyle Hicks again had a big ball game.
He checked out pretty quickly, okay, after that hit, and he was back in the game.
Here's John.
Yeah.
Diarcia. It's as I say all the time, you're gonna have a good season. It's never the guys that go to media day. It's always the guys that behind the scenes that have to grow up, because you have to have more than a couple guys to have a good season. So we got a long stretch here. We got 2 games before we get a break, and both teams that we have 2 weeks off to prepare for us. Oklahoma's had an off week, and Kansas gets an off week. So we've got and healthy teams are harder to play, and they've got more time to prepare for you. So you got to get ready to go. So we got work to do.
You had to use a new center tonight?
2 new centers. So
Trotman,
what about it?
he went out again.
Yep. So I'm not. You always want to know around injuries, and
I mean, he went out because he was hurt.
yeah,
Is that right?
and so he didn't come back in. So we'll see if he plays next week. I heard the radio group announce something, but whoever told him, I'll fire. Let me just say that to you, because it's not our job, and it's illegal to be talking about injuries. So bottom line to it is whoever did is in a lot of trouble when I find out who it is.
Are you getting used to it?
Oh yeah, it wasn't my wife's first choice. You got to outlast your competition. I mean, it's look at her, look at me. I mean, go about your business. I mean, it's the way it is. I mean, it's my life. The man upstairs said, Gary, you may win ball games, but you're not going home early. So, plus I'm not as good looking as all you guys in this room. So that's how you guys got these jobs, because you guys are good looking and intelligent. I'm neither. I had to be a coach.
Do you like the rotation at kicker? You getting Hatfield?
No, you like the one that just kicks it, get it ready. But if it works, the freshman kicker, I thought he did a better job of kicking off tonight. A lot of hang time. I'm still the guy that's in favor of kicking it out so they don't get a chance. And then we changed 2 low ones. Then we gave the other guy a try. Then he hits the upright. And he lives great too, obviously, because it went in. But the next one he kicked was high and went about their business. I have a lot of respect for Chad Morris. They've come a long way in a year since we played them a year ago. That's a good football team. It was a hard one losing Davis, the quarterback. He's a special cat, and so we all know that. So we shouldn't get overly excited about all the things we need to, and just to understand that they have a good football team, and fortunate for us to come here and get a victory. So, because I think it was 63 at half. So we got to get ready to play.
Is it fair to call this the most complete game you've played this year?
As a group, but it's always hard for me. I'll see how Iowa State plays this week. You just have to get better every week. It's one of those things. I think we went through not knowing. We had to take some young guys, played on special Ennis games, made some plays on kickoff. We had some young guys that stepped up and did it. And we're going to have to pull some guys off the shelf and going to have to play, and they're athletic, and we're going to give them an opportunity to go play. They'll make us a better football team.
We'll do 2 more with Coach.
What did you think of Kenny tonight overall?
Yeah, great. So, you know, I don't know what he was supposed to see. The guy was open, but he didn't see the linebacker on the interception in the end zone. But outside of that, he ran around, threw the ball where he needed to. There wasn't any really close calls as far as interception wise. You know, we could have taken the outs all day if we wanted them. So, but I thought he ran the offense. It was the biggest thing I liked best, which helped us obviously because I'm a defensive guy. You know, we used up a lot of clock in the second half. From an offense standpoint, instead of going fast, we used up clock. Before you knew it, they had one drive and the third quarter was over. And when you can do that, you can win a lot of ball games. When you can go fast, go fast. When you can't go fast, then be smart. You know, and we'll stay healthier if we do that. Make it shorten the game. Those are the things we're talking about. You have to be able to do, and you know, so we can. Last week we played 6 or 7 series in the first quarter. That's hard to do as a defense and play on a hot day.
How'd you feel about your pass rush tonight?
Yeah, you know, we came on. We had 5 sacks last year. I don't know how many we had this week.
I'm sure that they were disruptive.
Yeah, you know, we're able to rotate. We're able to rotate 4 ends and really 4 tackles. So it's really the guys that come along. The more they play, the better they're going to play. And when you can play 8 guys, especially against no huddle, you know, going past tempo, then you're going to have opportunity to do what we need to do. So it's, you know, that's the kind of game we can play. We're going to get into some teams where they, you know, they like to throw the football and go around it, and that plays a little bit more in the way we're built. And so we were able to get them out of 2 backs tonight with a tight end, and so we'll see how it all reconfigures as we go. We got obviously a hard one, but we're going to enjoy this one. It's been a long road. Just having this Friday, having a Saturday off, I think it's going to be big for our guys. I mean, we've been a little bit of a tired football team. It's been a hard 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and 2 days. And for us, be able to catch our breath and do things and get ready for the next team, I think for our young team would be good for us.
Thanks, Coach.